Black Friday is just behind us and Christmas is on its way. Or maybe it even passed by the time you watch this. Regardless, if you are watching this, you could use some tips for your Xbox One, Series X, or Series S. So let's not stall. First off, the hard reset. The hard reset is your one-stop shop for just about any error you might encounter. Let's face it, the Xbox is a machine, and machines wouldn't be machines if they didn't malfunction from time to time. The hard reset is quite simple. You walk over to your Xbox, you hold the off button until it bleeps, wait 2 seconds and turn it back on. What this simple trick does is reboot your console and completely restarts it, including all background processes, meaning your system has fully restarted. This helps if a game refuses to launch, party chat won't connect, downloads freeze, apps won't load, or your controller won't connect, as well as just about any other malfunction you may or may not encounter. Now don't be afraid, it's called a hard reset, but it won't delete anything of your Xbox, nor reset any system settings. Every now and then you might struggle with your connection. This because you might be on Wi-Fi at the other side of the house. Maybe you have a low package at your provider. Or there might be a low signal due to a storm. Whatever the reason is, it might not always be solvable from a internet point of view. But getting disconnected from online services can be a major pain. Whenever your connection is lost, there is a fix that's quicker than the hard reset and it doesn't even require a restart, meaning you won't have to close your game and potentially lose in-game progress. Simply go to the network settings, press test network connection, and there's a good chance your connection is already kicking back in. If this doesn't work, press test net type for a second attempt to see if your Xbox reconnects. If neither work, it's time for the hard reset. Of course, this only applies if you have a weak connection, but that goes to reason. If your internet is entirely out, this obviously won't do anything. But if, for instance, your internet blacks out, you can use this to force back a connection once that internet blackout is over. Just a tip in general for all consoles, if you can use an Ethernet cable from your access point. A wired connection will always be better than a wireless one. If you are, however, forced to use Wi-Fi, see if you got a separate frequency not used by other devices, or turn off as many devices as possible. All phones, tablets, and PCs will drain on your Wi-Fi strength. This one we need to cut in two parts, as there are different rules for Xbox One and the Xbox Series X/S. Once you start playing a lot and you find many fun games, there is a very good chance you'll run out of storage. Deleting and reinstalling games is a pain, but thankfully you can upgrade your storage with USB hard drives. Every Xbox has a couple of USB ports on the back, allowing you to plug in USB 3.0 hard drives or solid-state drives. To use a USB drive, it needs to have a USB 3.0 connector and have a minimum of 500 gigabytes of storage. These hard drives will allow you to store any Xbox One games or any of the backwards compatible Xbox 360 or classic Xbox games, whether you're on Xbox One or on the Xbox Series. For Series X and Series S games, we got some different rules. These games that show the XS symbol need to be played off an Xbox Series X storage. This means you can't play them off a USB drive. That doesn't mean you are completely stuck to just your internal hard drive, however. Things are a little bit more tricky. You can upgrade your storage with storage cards that go into these slots. The problem is, you only get the official Microsoft ones, and they are crazy expensive. Which brings us to the second, less convenient option: move. Moving games from your internal drive to an external USB drive is pretty much always going to be faster than reinstalling the game. How fast moving goes all depends on your hard drive's power, A solid-state drive will always be faster than a hard disk drive. However, they also cost more. Not as much as Microsoft's own extension cards, but still more than an HDD. The fourth and final thing on today's list, you are able to mix the sounds for your stereo headset through the menus. Now personally, I find them a pain to use and I much prefer these chat headset adapters, but Xbox doesn't make them anymore. There are cheap knockoffs on Amazon though. The sound mix allows you to balance the party chat volume and game audio volume through various sliders, as well as the overall volume for both. This menu always appears on your quick menu once you plug in a stereo headset in your controller. It's also good to know that you'll get a similar slider when you launch Spotify to listen to music while playing games. And for some quickfire audio info, since you're already here, if you are looking for a headset, any 3.5mm audio jacket will do. Physical surround sound in a headset is not a thing, it's all virtual, and any headset can get virtual surround through the Dolby Atmos app, which is a license that'll last you for life and is a whole lot cheaper than you probably imagine. Go check that out on the store once you're done with this video. Now these are the 4 biggest tips you need to know starting off on Xbox. If you need any extra info on the topics we discussed in today's video, drop your questions in the comments down below and I'll happily answer them for you. Okay, think of any other need-to-knows? Drop them in the comments as well. And of course, if this video helped you out, make sure to like and subscribe and check out the channel for more videos. Thank you for watching.